Today, we're here with a glimpse with Misty Lee. Misty just did, well, you had two things. You had the only talking part. Everything else that's done in this game is all emotes. You got hired, though, for Gaw, which is a creature. So talk about Gaw.
You came to me with a sound, you came to me with a reference, and I listened to it and went, can I make that noise? Yes, I can make that noise. Does it hurt to make that noise? A little bit. So here are my parameters. Can you meet these parameters? And you said, absolutely, yes, I can. And I said, great, let's do it. I mean, it was really not super complicated, but I did listen to my body, which is complicated for a lot of actors because we want to be everything to everyone. And you know what's interesting is when you start setting parameters like that, the world rises up to meet you and says, oh, okay, I might have lost the job, but if I lost the job, it was never for me. You know what I'm saying?
Tell me a bit about how in the session you had to do some vocal straining in there, but you had some technique to recover very quickly. And what was that?
I'm going to do product queen. So the one that I specifically used in that session was this little cup. And it's made by, it's called the voice straw. And there are different diameters of straws. And there's a cup with a little hole in it. And you put this little straw in here. And it looks ridiculous. But every time I would screech, that it throws your vocal cords off because you're doing something that they're not really supposed to do. So what my voice teacher taught me, and she's one of the people who co-developed this, is you put this cup over your mouth and you make a seal and then you sing or scream into it and it resets your vocal cords. So every once in a while I'd take a break and go, and you can feel when the fuzziness disappears. And as soon as the fuzziness disappears, you're reapproximated and you go back at it.
Wow, that's incredible. So once you use that, any feeling of strain is gone as well?
We never got to a point where I was like, oh, I'm feeling that. With that particular sound, there is a skid out. And I notice when I'm about to experience vocal stress, and that's when I would use the cup.
Your voice always sounds so healthy to me.
Thank you, because it is abused.
That's awesome. One of the things that you were really able to do, so you're doing that screechy thing that you did just a minute ago. I'm not going to ask you to do it again, but you are throwing emotion in that. How do you mentally get all that to translate?
Well, for me personally, it's all that acting 101 stuff. Who are you talking to? How do you feel about them? What are you trying to convey? Why are you doing this? What do you want? You know, all of those things. Once they're in place, you can kind of modify anything because it's coming from a completely different place in your whole body. The physicality matters. The mental picture is what really does it for me. And also knowing generically that a laugh, what is a laugh? You know, like a laugh has it has a tone to it. It's either derisive, collaborative, you know, any of the things that a laugh can be. But it also tends to have a cadence. There's a musicality to that specific sound effect. So putting the picture behind it, putting your body into it, and knowing what people expect to hear when they listen to a laugh, that's how I got to that place.
And you were doing a specific animal, but did you use a different animal to help get you to a sound that you wanted?
There were two different animals that we did. We did two separate creatures in that session. One I played reference for, and I started mimicking the reference. I was listening to the actual animal. And then the other one, it was, like I said at the top of the interview, can I make this noise? Does it hurt to make this noise? What do I need to make this noise? And how long can I make this noise?